Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome to another part of my Steambox part special, I suppose. And this is probably one of the ones that you can exchange in and out the most, but as in choose alternatives. But we've got an Intel Pentium processor. Not really too. It's not a bad thing that it is. They're very good. And this is the G258. It's actually the K version, so it's unlocked. I am going to be mildly overclocking it. It's dual core running at 3.2 gigahertz, and hopefully going to get up to 3.5, 3.6, that sort of range, give it a bit more of a boost. Hence why the cooler was an aftermarket one as opposed to the actual cooler that comes in this box, which isn't as good. Although I'll get it out and show you. So we've got the chip up here, which you can see there, it's upside down. Made in, I don't know where it was made. But yeah, so this cooler I'm not going to be using for the card, but it's just the basic Intel one. And it's, like I say, there's nothing really wrong with it. Just my personal preference is to use an aftermarket one that will be quieter and a little bit cooler. The reason I've gone for this is I have heard really good things about it. It is also very, very well priced. I think you can get it new for £57, £58 in the UK, which is good for the amount of power you do get from this. In terms of Intel over AMD, you do get a lot more power in your individual cores for the same price. So you could go out and buy, comparably I guess, you go out and buy a an FX 6300, which is 6 cores running at 3.5. But considering we're going to be building a Steambox purely for gaming, you're going to want the maximum amount of power you can get out of your chip as possible. And that is why this is the preferable one of the two. Don't get me wrong, if you wanted to build an AMD build, you could do, and it would still work perfectly fine, and about the same price as well. I just think this, for the value, for the money, is going to work and run really well, especially when it's combined with the Linux operating system, which is SteamOS. You're hopefully going to get a lot more power for your pound from Intel, which I didn't think I would actually say, and I must say this is one of the reasons I wanted to build the Steambox. I do want to see what this processor can do, and if it works well with the other components in there, then we will get a really good Steambox for pretty cheap. I mean, you know, this is probably the best value price on there. I don't actually have the graphics card to show you. Unfortunately, that's not come yet, but when it does, I'll be going through that and why I picked it, and the other ones you can do. In terms of alternatives, AMD alternatives, you can get the 6300 or the 4300. Personally, obviously, then you'd have to get a different motherboard. Personally, I would go with that. I think it is one of the best ones to go with.